Captain Leo stood on the bridge of the human ship Horizon, his hands resting lightly on the console. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, glittering in patterns that had guided explorers for centuries. The Orvian cluster was known for its mysteries and dangers, but Leo felt a strange calm. The fleet had been patrolling trade routes for weeks, and no hostile ships had been spotted. Still, the feeling in the pit of his stomach told him that something was coming. Mara, the ship's engineer, moved quickly through the engine room, checking the core systems. The hum of the reactors was steady, the lights blinking in rhythm with the ship's pulse. She had a sharp mind and fast hands, and she knew that even a small error could turn a calm patrol into disaster. Mara glanced at the sensors, noticing slight fluctuations she could not identify. "Captain," she said over the comm, "I'm seeing unusual readings in the nearby sector. Nothing alarming yet, but it does not match any normal traffic." Leo's brow furrowed. "Keep watching, Mara. Report immediately if it changes." In the cockpit, Finn, the young pilot, adjusted the controls as the ship glided through the asteroid belt near the cluster's edge. He was skilled, though inexperienced, and he felt the thrill of space in every maneuver. The Horizon was fast and nimble, but the universe had a way of testing even the best pilots. Finn noticed movement on the scanners. "Captain, there's something approaching. I'm not sure what it is yet." Leo moved to the display and studied the signals. Small ships, traveling with precision, appeared on the screen. Their speed and formation were unusual. "Not trade vessels," Leo said. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers, but do not engage unless necessary." Kian, the tactical officer, leaned over the console, his eyes scanning patterns the scanners could barely interpret. He was quiet, observant, and able to see strategies where others saw only numbers. "Captain, these formations suggest scouting behavior. They are observing, not attacking yet, but they are not human." The crew exchanged glances. Humanity had not made many enemies in this region, but rumors of the Vraxian fleet had reached them through intercepted transmissions. The Vraxians were known as one of the largest and most advanced alien civilizations in this part of the galaxy. They ruled with strict logic and overwhelming numbers. A single human ship would be insignificant to them. Yet somehow, Leo knew that small, clever forces often had the advantage of unpredictability. "Prepare for communication," Leo said calmly. "Let us see if they respond." Mara tapped on the console, sending out a standard greeting. Seconds passed. The display showed no change. Then a reply came through, cold and mechanical. Symbols and images appeared too quickly to decode fully. Kian frowned. "They are not interested in conversation. They are assessing us. They want information, nothing else." Leo leaned back, thinking. He had faced human pirates and rogue factions before, but nothing could prepare a crew for a first encounter with a civilization like the Vraxians. "Keep the ship on high alert," he said. "Engines ready, weapons ready, and Mara, double-check every system. Finn, plot escape routes through the asteroid belt. Kian, study their patterns. We need every advantage." The crew moved with quiet efficiency. Humans were often underestimated in space because their ships were smaller and their fleets few, but what they lacked in size, they made up for in speed, creativity, and courage. The Horizon was built for endurance and clever maneuvers. Every system, from the engines to the weapons, could be adapted in ways that a rigid military could not predict. Hours passed in tense silence as the small group of scouts moved alongside the horizon. The humans maintained distance, using asteroids for cover and staying just out of range of the alien sensors. Leo felt a mix of fear and excitement. He had a reputation for calm decision-making under pressure, but even he could not fully predict what the Vraxians would do next. Every second was a test of skill, intuition, and courage. By the time the first distant lights of the alien fleet shimmered on the horizon's long-range scanners, the crew had grown both tired and alert. Leo studied the signals. The Vraxians had not yet committed to an attack. It was as if they were curious, or perhaps confident, that their overwhelming numbers would guarantee victory. "They think they understand us," Leo muttered. "But they do not understand what humans can do." Mara worked quietly in the engine room, adjusting energy flows to give the horizon maximum speed while conserving power for defensive systems. Finn practiced maneuvers, twisting and turning through the asteroid belt, imagining an enemy that could strike at any moment. Keon calculated trajectories and reaction times, mapping hundreds of possible scenarios. They were a team, each person, contributing a strength that could turn fear into advantage. The calm of space held a tense beauty. Stars stretched across the darkness like a silent audience, witnessing the preparation for a battle that no one had yet begun. Leo looked at his crew and smiled faintly. They were human, small in the galaxy, yet capable of great things. He felt pride and anticipation. The horizon might be just one ship, but together they could do what no one else expected. Something was coming, and humanity would be ready. The horizon glided onward, lights cutting through the darkness, carrying humans, toward a destiny that would echo across the stars. The horizon moved quietly through the asteroid belt, its engines humming like a steady heartbeat. Captain Leo watched the scanners, noting the movement of the alien scouts that had appeared hours earlier. They were fast, sleek ships, each smaller than the horizon but deadly in groups. Leo could sense the tension among his crew, but he kept his voice calm. "Stay alert. They are watching us, but we are not helpless." Mara crouched over the main engine panel, her fingers moving with precise speed. "I am adjusting the energy flow to improve our maneuverability," she said. "If they come closer, we can dodge faster than they expect." Her mind worked like a machine, calculating every possible way the ship could move through the dense asteroid field. Each asteroid was a potential shield or a trap depending on how the crew used it. Finn gripped the pilot controls tightly. He loved flying, but he had never faced anything like this. "Captain, they are coming closer," he said. "They are matching our course, trying to study how we move." The scanners showed the alien ships moving in perfect formation, almost mechanical in their precision. Finn felt a thrill mixed with fear. The Vraxians were smart and fast, but humans could be unpredictable. Keon leaned over the tactical console, studying the patterns. "They are scanning us for weaknesses. They expect routine behavior. If we act differently, we might gain an advantage. We need to change speed and direction unpredictably." His voice was calm but firm. Keon's calculations and instincts were sharp. He could see patterns in chaos that others missed. "We can use the asteroids. If we force them to navigate the field, their formations will break." Leo nodded. "Do it. Mara, give Finn more engine power for quick bursts. Keon, guide him. Let's show them that one ship can be more than it seems." The horizon surged forward, dodging between massive rocks and sudden debris. The alien scouts followed, confident in their numbers, but the dense asteroid field slowed them down. Finn twisted the ship sharply, and Mara adjusted the engines to match. Each movement was a delicate balance between speed and control. The horizon felt alive, as if it were a single being with the crew's minds inside it. The first alien ship approached a narrow passage. It hesitated, then tried to follow. Its path was slightly wider than the horizon, but the rocks moved unpredictably. The ship collided with a small asteroid and spun out of formation. The other scouts reacted quickly, but the disruption spread. Leo watched carefully. Good. They are not as perfect as they think. Mara smiled faintly. They expect rigid patterns. They do not understand human thinking. We can use that. Suddenly, the lead scout fired a pulse of energy toward the horizon. The ship's shields absorbed the blast, leaving a faint shimmer across the hull. Finn twisted the controls, and the horizon slipped into the shadow of a larger asteroid. The energy pulse hit the rock, scattering in small flashes across the field. Kian's eyes narrowed. They are testing us. They want to see our reactions before committing to a real attack. He tapped a few commands, sending signals to track the alien ship's energy output and firing patterns. If they strike too soon, we can trap them. Their technology is strong, but not flawless. Leo leaned back, his mind working through possible outcomes. He felt a thrill. This was the first time humans had faced a real Vraxian presence. One mistake could destroy them, but the crew's skill and creativity gave him hope. Keep moving. We are learning. They do not know what humans can do when pushed to the edge. Hours passed as the horizon led the scouts through the asteroid belt. The aliens adapted slowly, but every maneuver revealed new weaknesses. Finn's hands moved faster. Mara adjusted the engines with precision, and Kian continued to analyze every move. The ship felt like a living organism, each crew member a vital part. Finally, the aliens pulled back slightly, their formation breaking into smaller groups. Leo noticed this on the scanners. They are cautious now, he said. They are learning that we are not easy prey. His crew exchanged quiet smiles. Humans had survived by thinking differently, moving unpredictably, and trusting one another. Mara leaned over the engine console, breathing steadily. We are not safe yet, but we are ready for what comes next. Kian studied the data carefully. They will report to their fleet. They are not finished, but we have gained an advantage. They did not expect a single ship to handle them like this. Leo stood on the bridge looking out at the stars. The Vraxians were distant now, but he knew they would return. Their fleet was vast, their technology powerful. Yet, he also knew that humans had something that no machine or formation could match. Courage, ingenuity, and the ability to act without following rigid rules. The horizon glided silently through the asteroid belt, carrying its small crew deeper into the unknown. The encounter had tested them, but it had also shown them what humans could achieve. One ship, one crew, could challenge forces much larger and stronger. The stars themselves seemed to hold their breath as humanity prepared for a future no one could predict. Captain Leo turned to his crew. Rest now if you can. We will need every strength for the battles ahead. Humanity will not be an easy target, and we will show them that one ship can make a difference. The horizon moved forward, its lights cutting through the darkness. The alien scouts were gone for now, but the whispers of what humans could do had begun to spread across the void. The calm had ended, but a new kind of power was awakening, one that even the vast Vraxian fleet had not fully understood. The horizon drifted through the quiet of space, but the calm was only temporary. Captain Leo stood on the bridge, watching the stars with a steady gaze. The small encounter with the Vraxian scouts had shown him one truth: humans were underestimated. The Vraxians were clever, fast, and numerous, but they lacked imagination. Leo knew that one human ship, guided by skill and courage, could become more than it seemed. "Captain," Kian said, his voice steady, "the scouts will report back. The main fleet will move toward this sector. Their numbers are much larger than what we have faced before. They will not underestimate us next time." Leo nodded. "I know. We cannot retreat. Humanity cannot hide behind shadows. We will meet them on our terms. Mara, prepare all systems for rapid adaptation. Finn, we need to be able to change course in a second. Kian, plan our options. We may be small, but we can be clever." Mara moved swiftly to the engine room, her hands flying across the panels. She rerouted power, boosted shields, and prepared the weapons systems. Every modification was done to give the horizon flexibility. She smiled faintly as she worked. Humans were not just fighters, they were inventors. Each decision she made could turn danger into opportunity. Finn gripped the pilot controls with intensity. He had practiced evasive maneuvers, but now he tested his limits. The asteroid field around them provided cover, but he could not rely on it alone. "Captain, I can weave through the rocks faster than they expect," he said. "We can make them lose formation if they follow too closely." Kian's mind worked like a map of possibilities. He studied alien tactics, comparing their speed, attack patterns, and sensor ranges. "They rely on numbers and coordination. One ship cannot act unpredictably for them. If we force them to react constantly, they will make mistakes." Leo felt a surge of pride. His crew was ready, and their confidence made the ship feel stronger. "We will turn their advantage into a weakness," he said. "We may be small, but humans think differently. Let's show them what that means." The first strike came without warning. Alien ships appeared on long-range scanners, moving in precise formations. They were larger than the scouts, equipped with stronger shields and energy weapons. Finn twisted the controls, dodging through asteroids while Mara powered up the weapons. Kian shouted calculations, guiding Finn through the safest paths while maximizing the effectiveness of the ship's limited firepower. A pulse of energy struck the horizon, shaking the hull. Mara quickly redirected power to the shields, and the ship glided to safety. Leo's calm voice carried over the comms. "Focus on maneuvering. Use every advantage the field gives you. We are not outmatched if we stay unpredictable." The horizon darted between massive rocks, its engines humming with precision. Finn twisted sharply, narrowly avoiding a collision, while Mara fired bursts of energy at pursuing ships. Each shot was carefully calculated to disable systems without wasting power. The aliens were confident, but they had never seen humans fight like this. Kian's voice cut through the tension. "Their formation is breaking. They are trying to regroup. We have an opening. Focus on disrupting their coordination. One by one, they are vulnerable." Leo nodded. "Do it. Remember, we are small but clever. Each move counts. The horizon turned sharply, weaving in unexpected patterns. Alien ships collided with debris and each other, their disciplined formations faltering. Finn's hands moved faster, Mara's calculations precise, and Kian guided every maneuver with calm focus. They were a team, each member amplifying the other's abilities. Hours passed as the horizon battled against impossible odds. Energy pulses lit up the darkness, and the silence of space was broken by the hum of engines and weapons. The crew worked tirelessly, but their determination never wavered. Humans were not built to surrender. They adapted, learned, and turned danger into opportunity. Finally, the alien ships began to pull back. Their attacks slowed and their formation splintered. Leo studied the scanners. "They are cautious now," he said. "They expected easy prey, but humans are not predictable. They are learning that intelligence is more than numbers." Mara wiped sweat from her brow. "They will return, but we have shown them something they did not expect." Kian nodded. "They are reassessing. They may bring more ships, but their strategy will change. They cannot predict humans because we do not follow rigid rules. That is our strength." Leo looked at his crew with pride. "This is only the beginning. One ship can make a difference if it acts boldly. Humanity will not hide. We will face them, and we will show the stars what humans can do." The horizon moved silently forward, leaving the splintered scouts behind. Stars stretched in all directions, silent witnesses to a battle of skill and courage. The crew felt the weight of the challenge ahead, but they also felt power. They had turned fear into confidence and danger into opportunity. Humans were underestimated, but the universe would soon learn that one ship, guided by courage and ingenuity, could stand against impossible odds. The calm of space returned briefly, but the sense of purpose burned brighter. Leo knew the fleet would come, larger and stronger, but humans had something that no numbers could measure: courage, creativity, and the will to survive. The horizon would be ready. The horizon glided through the silent darkness of space, its lights cutting faint lines across the black void. Captain Leo stood on the bridge, eyes scanning long-range sensors. The Vraxian fleet had returned, far larger than the scouts. Ships, stretched in endless formations, each vessel bristling with weapons and shields. The aliens were confident, certain that one human ship could not stand against their overwhelming numbers. "Captain," Kian said calmly, pointing to the display, "they are moving into attack formation. They believe speed and strength will win. They do not expect us to fight with intelligence." Leo's jaw tightened. "Then we will show them exactly what humans can do." His voice was calm, but the determination behind it was clear. The crew responded with focus, each understanding the gravity of the moment. Mara worked in the engine room, her hands moving swiftly as she boosted shield power and rerouted energy to the weapon systems. Finn adjusted the ship's controls, preparing for rapid maneuvers through the asteroid field. The first alien ship fired, a beam of energy slicing through the darkness toward the horizon. Mara redirected power to the shields, absorbing the impact. Sparks danced across the hull, but the ship held steady. Finn twisted the controls sharply, and the horizon slipped into the shadow of a massive asteroid. The alien beam struck the rock and scattered in shards of light. Kian leaned over the tactical console, analyzing enemy movements. They are strong individually, but they lack flexibility. Their formation is rigid. If we attack in unexpected ways, We can exploit that. Leo nodded. Then we will be unpredictable. Use the asteroids. Use every maneuver we practiced. One by one, we will make them vulnerable. The horizon darted between massive rocks, its engines humming with precision. Finn twisted and turned, narrowly avoiding collisions, while Mara fired bursts of energy at pursuing ships. Each shot was calculated to disable systems without wasting power. The aliens were confident, but humans were not predictable. A larger, Vraxian vessel appeared on the scanners, moving to block the horizon's path. It fired multiple energy beams, forcing Finn to spin the ship sharply. Mara quickly adjusted the shield balance, sending extra power to the areas under fire. The horizon glided past the alien ship, leaving it exposed to follow-up attacks. Keon calculated the timing perfectly, allowing Finn to escape while maximizing the damage to the pursuing vessel. "Captain, one of their ships is losing power," Keon said. "We can force it out of formation if we push carefully." Leo's eyes narrowed. "Do it. Focus on precision, not strength. A small hit at the right time is more effective than a full assault." The horizon spun in an unexpected pattern, confusing. The alien fleet. Energy pulses struck empty space or glancing surfaces, wasting the Vraxians' efforts. Finn's hands moved faster, Mara's calculations precise, and Keon guided every move. The ship became a single unit of intelligence, reacting faster than the aliens could comprehend. One by one, the alien ships began to falter. Their coordinated attacks broke apart as they tried to predict the horizon's movements. Energy beams collided with asteroids or each other, causing small explosions that lit the darkness with flashes of light. Humans had turned their small size into an advantage, proving that clever tactics could defeat raw power. Hours passed in intense struggle. The horizon weaved through the asteroid field, striking when the moment was right and avoiding attacks with perfect timing. The crew worked tirelessly, their minds in sync with the ship. Humans were small, but they had adaptability and intuition. The Vraxians had never faced an enemy that could think outside rigid patterns. Finally, the alien ships began to retreat. Their formation broke apart, their attacks slowing. Leo studied the scanners. They are cautious now. They expect it easy. Prey. But humans are not predictable. We have made them hesitate. Mara wiped sweat from her brow. They will regroup and return, but we have shown them something they did not expect. Keon nodded. They will bring more ships, but their strategy has changed. Humans are clever, and that surprises them. One ship has turned their advantage into a weakness. Leo looked at his crew with pride. This is only the beginning. We may be small, but we are not weak. Every move we make teaches the galaxy that humans are not to be underestimated. The horizon moved through space, leaving the splintered alien ships behind. Stars stretched across the darkness, silent witnesses to a battle of skill and courage. The crew felt the weight of the challenge ahead, but also a sense of power. Humans could think, adapt, and act where machines and logic failed. One ship, guided by intelligence and courage, could defy expectations. The calm of space returned, but the horizon moved with purpose. Captain Leo knew the Vraxians would return with more force, but he also knew that humans had something no alien fleet could measure: creativity, determination, and the will to survive. The horizon would be ready, and humanity's reputation in the stars would begin to grow. Finn adjusted the ship's course. We did it, Captain. One ship against many, and we survived. Leo nodded. Surviving is only the first step. Next, we will show them that humans can win. The crew shared quiet smiles, knowing they had accomplished the impossible. They had turned fear into confidence, danger into opportunity, and one small ship into a symbol of human courage. The horizon drifted through the edge of the nebula, stars dimmed by clouds of gas and dust. Captain Leo stood on the bridge, his eyes scanning the shifting colors and patterns. The Vraxian fleet would be coming soon, larger and stronger than before. He knew that another direct confrontation would be dangerous. Humanity could not match their numbers, but humans had something that the Vraxians could not predict: imagination and ingenuity. Captain, Kian said, studying the scanners, the main fleet is moving in. Their numbers are far beyond anything we faced before. If we meet them head-on, we will be destroyed. Leo nodded slowly. Then we do not meet them head-on. We use the nebula to our advantage. Mara, can the engines handle sudden bursts of speed and directional shifts? Mara's fingers danced across the control panels. Yes, Captain. I can reroute energy to give us maximum maneuverability. We can appear and disappear through the nebula like shadows. Finn adjusted the pilot controls, excitement and tension mixing in his veins. Captain, if we move quickly and unpredictably, we can make them collide with each other or their own formations. The asteroids will be our ally here. Leo smiled, faintly. Good. Then that will be our plan. We may be small, but we will make them stumble. Kian, study the fleet's formation. Find every possible weakness we can exploit. Kian leaned over the tactical console, eyes scanning the approaching ships. Their formation is rigid, designed for overwhelming force. If we can force them into a narrow passage of the nebula, their numbers will become a disadvantage. One by one, they will be vulnerable. Leo's mind worked quickly, combining Mara's engineering, Finn's piloting, and Kian's tactics. We will set a trap. The horizon will lead them into a part of the nebula where they cannot maneuver freely. Our speed and unpredictability will make up for our size. This is a bold plan, but it is our only chance. The crew moved with purpose. Mara rerouted power to shields and engines, preparing for sudden bursts of movement. Finn practiced twists and turns through dense clouds of gas, imagining each path an escape route. Kian plotted the fleet's possible reactions, predicting the Vraxians' movements with careful calculations. Each crew member knew that the success of the plan depended on precision, courage, and trust in one another. Hours passed as the horizon entered the nebula. The swirling clouds of gas made sensors less effective, but the human crew adapted. Finn twisted the ship through shifting clouds, Mara adjusted energy flows to compensate, and Kian predicted enemy movements. Together, they moved as one unit, a single force of intelligence and skill. Suddenly, the first alien ships appeared on the scanners. They had followed the horizon into the nebula. Confident in their numbers and technology, energy beams streaked through the gas. But the horizon moved unpredictably, dodging each strike. Finn's hands were steady, Mara's calculations precise, and Kian's timing perfect. Captain, they are slowing, Kian said. They cannot adjust quickly to the nebula's hazards. Their formation is breaking. Leo's eyes narrowed. Then we lead them deeper. Each ship that falters becomes vulnerable. We will turn their strength into weakness. The horizon danced through the nebula, using dense clouds and asteroid fragments as shields. Energy beams hit clouds of gas or collided with smaller ships, causing confusion and disruption in the Vraxian ranks. The humans were small and fast, unpredictable, and impossible to pin down. Mara smiled as she adjusted power flows. Every move we make forces them to react. They cannot think creatively like us. They rely on rules. Humans have no rules. Hours of tension passed. The horizon lured the alien ships deeper into the trap, each maneuver calculated with care. Kian monitored every movement, predicting collisions and openings for attacks. Finn flew through narrow passages with skill and precision, while Mara's systems gave them maximum advantage. Finally, the Vraxian formation began to crumble. Ships collided with debris, with each other, and with the dense gas clouds. Energy. Weapons fired at the wrong targets, wasting power and causing small explosions. The humans had turned their numbers into a disadvantage, proving that ingenuity and courage could overcome even overwhelming odds. Leo looked at his crew with pride. We have begun the turning point. We may be one ship, but we are clever and relentless. They did not expect this. Humanity will not be defeated so easily. Kian nodded. They will retreat and regroup, but they now know humans are unpredictable. One ship has shown them that intelligence, courage, and creativity can defeat numbers. Mara wiped sweat from her brow. The horizon is small, but we are mighty because we act differently. This is only the beginning. Leo smiled, feeling the strength of his crew and the ship itself. Rest if you can. The battle is far from over, but we have proven that one ship can change everything. Humanity is underestimated, but we will continue to show the universe what we are capable of. The horizon moved deeper into the nebula, lights cutting through swirling clouds, leaving trails of human determination and courage. The calm of space returned briefly, but the sense of purpose burned brighter than ever. The Vraxian fleet would return, stronger and more confident, but humans had shown them a new kind of power. One ship, guided by ingenuity, skill, and courage, could turn even the largest threat into an opportunity. Captain Leo knew that the true test was coming, but humanity had already begun to write a legend among the stars. The horizon floated at the edge of the nebula, its hull shimmering faintly as energy flowed through reinforced shields. Captain Leo stood on the bridge, his eyes fixed on the scanner. The Vraxian fleet had arrived in full force, dozens of ships, stretching across the darkness. They moved with precision, confident that overwhelming numbers would ensure victory. But Leo knew that humans had something the aliens could not predict: ingenuity, courage, and unpredictability. Captain, Kian said, pointing to the display, they are forming an attack line. If they hit us all at once, we will face destruction. Leo's voice was calm but firm. Then we will not be where they expect. Mara, maximize the shields and energy output. Finn, be ready to weave through the nebula with every maneuver we practiced. Kian, guide us. One move at a time, we turn their numbers into a trap. Mara's hands flew across the control panels. The ship's engines pulsed as power was shifted between shields, weapons, and thrusters. Every system was ready for rapid bursts and sudden changes. Finn's fingers danced over the controls, practicing twists and sharp turns. Kian calculated hundreds of possibilities, predicting alien movements and timing every counterattack. The first Vraxian ships fired, energy beams cutting through the nebula's clouds. The horizon darted between asteroids and swirling gas, each movement designed To confuse and disrupt the alien formation, energy pulses collided with rocks, scattering harmlessly, while smaller Vraxian ships struggled to follow the unexpected patterns. "Captain, one of their ships is falling behind," Kian said. "We can exploit it." Leo's eyes narrowed. "Do it! Focus on precision and timing. Each small strike counts more than raw power." The horizon spun sharply, avoiding beams and gliding behind an asteroid. Mara directed bursts of energy toward pursuing ships, targeting engines and shields rather than the hull. Finn twisted the ship again, narrowly escaping a collision. The aliens were strong individually, but they were rigid in their tactics. Humans, small and clever, became impossible to predict. Hours passed in a tense dance. Each Vraxian ship that attempted to strike found itself in a trap. The horizon used narrow passages, dense gas clouds, and floating debris to separate them. Finn's piloting was flawless. Mara's systems responded instantly, and Kian's calculations ensured every movement created an advantage. "Captain, they are breaking formation," Kian reported. "Their coordination is failing. One ship after another is becoming isolated." Leo smiled faintly. "That is exactly what we need. Keep going. Each move teaches them that humans are not predictable. One ship can challenge many when every decision is right." Mara's eyes shone with determination. "We are small, but every system is tuned for clever attacks. They cannot anticipate us." The horizon moved like a shadow through the nebula, striking when the moment was right and disappearing before the aliens could retaliate. Energy beams hit rocks or empty space, wasting power and causing confusion. Finn twisted sharply through a narrow gap. Mara fired a precise shot, and Kian calculated the timing perfectly. Each action brought down a Vraxian ship without exposing the horizon to serious damage. The larger ships became cautious, hesitant to commit fully. Their formation faltered, and their strategy collapsed under the weight of unpredictability. Humans were not strong in numbers, but they were clever, fast, and courageous. One ship had become a force the Vraxians could not understand. "Captain, they are retreating," Kian said, relief in his voice. "Their formation is shattered. They are reconsidering their approach." Leo turned to his crew, pride shining in his eyes. "We have done what many thought impossible. One ship, facing dozens, has made them hesitate. We are not just surviving, we are teaching the universe what humans can do." Mara relaxed slightly, though she remained at her station. "They will return, but they will remember this. We showed them that speed, creativity, and courage can overcome strength and numbers." Finn let out a breath he had been holding. "One ship against many, and we held our own. It feels unbelievable." Leo nodded. "Humans are underestimated because we are small, but we are not weak. Intelligence, teamwork, and courage can turn the impossible into reality. Today, the horizon proved that one human ship can be more than a fleet of enemies expects." The horizon moved through the nebula, its lights cutting through clouds of gas and debris. The stars were silent witnesses to a battle of skill, courage, and determination. The crew felt the weight of what they had accomplished. Humans were small, but they could face any challenge with the right combination of thought, skill, and bravery. Captain Leo looked at the scanners, imagining the Vraxians reporting their defeat. They had underestimated humans. They had not expected that a single ship guided by clever minds and brave hearts could disrupt a vast fleet. Humanity's reputation among the stars was growing. Kian spoke quietly. They will return, stronger perhaps, but they now know humans cannot be ignored. One ship has changed their perspective. Leo placed his hands on the console, a calm determination in his eyes. We are ready. The horizon has shown them that humans think differently, act boldly, and never surrender. This is only the beginning of what we can achieve. The horizon moved through the nebula with steady determination, leaving the shattered enemy formation behind. One ship had faced dozens and survived. One ship had turned fear into strength. One ship had shown the stars that humanity was not to be underestimated. The horizon floated through the quiet stars, its hull shining faintly under distant suns. Captain Leo stood on the bridge, eyes on the display, thinking about the battle that had changed the galaxy's view of humanity. One ship had faced a fleet, and humans had won. The crew had worked together, using skill, courage, and intelligence to turn impossible odds into victory. "Captain," Kian said, his voice calm but proud. "The reports from the Vraxians are coming in. They are spreading news of our success. One human ship held against their fleet. Their commanders are shocked and reconsidering strategies." Leo's eyes narrowed thoughtfully. "They underestimated us because they thought strength alone would win. They did not expect humans to be clever, adaptable, and fearless." He turned to his crew, a faint smile on his face. "We have proven something important. Humanity cannot be ignored, and one ship can make a difference." Mara wiped her hands on a cloth and leaned against the console. "They will remember this for a long time. Every system we used, every maneuver we made, showed them that humans are unpredictable. They expected easy prey, but we were anything but easy." Finn adjusted the controls, still feeling the adrenaline from the battle. "I never imagined flying through a fleet like that. It was terrifying, but also exhilarating. We actually did it." Leo looked out at the stars, silent witnesses to the story unfolding. "We did more than survive. We showed that intelligence and courage can overcome size and power. That is a lesson the galaxy will not forget." The horizon traveled through the outer edge of the nebula, leaving the shattered remnants of the Vraxian scouts behind. Reports indicated that the main fleet had retreated to regroup. They were not defeated completely, but they had learned a new truth. Humans could not be measured by numbers alone. One small ship, guided by daring minds, could challenge the greatest powers in the galaxy. Kian studied the data. The Vraxians will return, but they will be cautious. They now know humans are not predictable. They will approach differently next time. That gives us time to prepare further. Leo nodded. "We have shown them what a single ship can do. The next encounter will be different, and we will be ready. Humans do not fight like anyone else. We adapt, we innovate, and we never surrender." Mara leaned closer to the display, checking the energy levels. "The horizon is ready. Every system is functional and improved. We are stronger than we were before. We learned from every move we made." Finn smiled faintly. "We did more than fight a fleet. We taught them a lesson about humanity. One ship can make the impossible possible." Leo turned to the crew, pride in his voice. "You have done something extraordinary. The universe has begun to take notice of humanity. The horizon is no longer just a ship. It is a symbol of what humans can achieve when they work together, when they think creatively, and when they face impossible odds without fear. The crew shared quiet smiles, feeling the weight of what they had accomplished. Hours of tension and skill had tested them, but they had come through. Each human mind had contributed, each hand had played a part, and together they had turned the impossible into reality. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, silent witnesses to the courage displayed. The horizon glided forward, carrying a small crew that had shown the galaxy that humans were not to be underestimated. Stories would spread, and legends would be told of one ship that faced a fleet and survived. Kaon spoke softly, almost to himself. They will tell this story for generations. One human ship, clever and brave, turned a battle into a victory that no one expected. Leo nodded. Yes, and we will continue to show the universe what humans can do. Courage, intelligence, and determination are more powerful than any number of ships or weapons. The horizon has proven that. The horizon moved steadily through space, a single light in the darkness, but a beacon of hope and strength. The crew rested briefly, knowing that more challenges would come. But humanity had already written its name among the stars. One ship had turned the tide, and the galaxy would whisper its name for generations. Finn looked out at the stars, feeling awe and pride. I will never forget this journey. We faced impossible odds and survived. Humanity is stronger than anyone imagined, Leo placed a hand on the console, feeling the steady pulse of the ship. We have done something incredible. The horizon has changed the galaxy's view of humans. One ship, guided by courage and intelligence, has made a difference. That is the true power of humanity. The horizon glided onward, leaving trails of light across the darkness. Stories of one human ship holding against a fleet would travel through space, carried by sensors, scouts, and whispers among alien fleets. Humanity had proven itself in a way no one expected. The stars themselves seemed to recognize the courage and ingenuity of a species small in number, but limitless in spirit. Captain Leo looked at his crew, each member tired but triumphant. Rest now. We have done what few thought possible. Humanity has shown its strength, and the legend of the horizon has begun. The stars will never forget it. The ship moved forward, carrying humans and their courage into the unknown. One ship had stood against a fleet and changed the galaxy forever. The horizon became more than a ship. It became a symbol, a story, and a promise that humanity would never be underestimated.